The Amazon rainforest, a place so vast and ancient that even today, scientists estimate nearly half of its species remain undiscovered. But what if I told you that millions of years ago, this same rainforest was home to creatures so bizarre, so unlike anything alive today, that they challenge what we think we know about evolution itself? Gigantic crocodiles that could crush turtles in a single bite, a dolphin larger than any alive today swimming through flooded forests, and reptilian beasts that filtered food like whales. These aren't myths, they were real, and they all once ruled the ancient Amazon before vanishing forever. Today, we're uncovering the most bizarre creatures found in the Amazon jungle that went extinct. Stretching over 5.5 million square kilometers, the Amazon is the largest tropical rainforest on Earth. It's home to nearly 1 in every 10 known species, a living museum of evolution. But rewind time about 13 million years, and you wouldn't be standing in a forest at all. Back then, the Amazon wasn't a river system. It was a vast inland sea, known as the Pebas Mega Wetland, a landscape of lakes, swamps, and deltas that stretched across Peru, Brazil, and Colombia. And in this watery world thrived creatures so specialized, so uniquely adapted, that when the wetlands disappeared, they vanished too. Let's dive into the lost world of the Amazon's strangest extinct animals. The story begins with the crocodile, but not the kind you know. Meet caiman equitosensis, a prehistoric caiman that prowled the lush wetlands of northern Peru roughly 13 million years ago during the Miocene epoch. Its fossils were unearthed in the Pebas Formation, a region once teeming with life, from strange fish to giant turtles and long-extinct species of crocodilians. But among them, caiman stood out for its truly bizarre design. Unlike modern crocodiles with their long, dagger-like jaws and conical teeth meant for gripping prey, caiman had a short, rounded snout, almost cartoonish compared to its modern relatives. Its teeth were blunt and thick, more like grinding tools than weapons. These weren't meant for ripping meat, they were built for crushing. Imagine a crocodile that didn't hunt animals in the water, but rather snacked on snails and clams. This peculiar diet made it what scientists call a durophage, a creature specialized in eating hard-shelled prey. It lived in a world dominated by slow-moving wetlands, where freshwater mollusks thrived. For millions of years, this odd crocodile flourished, perfectly adapted to its niche. But nature, as always, doesn't stay still. Over time, the massive Pebas wetlands began to drain and transform as the Andes Mountains rose and the Amazon River system began to take shape. The calm, shallow lakes where caiman fed turned into swift, sediment-filled rivers. Its food source, the shelled creatures it relied on, began to vanish. And with them, so did caiman. Its extinction was swift and unforgiving, a powerful reminder that even the best adapted species can vanish when their environment shifts. One small change in nature's design can erase millions of years of perfect evolution in an instant. Now, if caiman sounded strange, this next creature takes that weirdness to a whole new level. Meet Gnatosuchus pebasensis, a prehistoric crocodilian that lived around 13 million years ago in the same region, the lush, swampy world of the Pebas Formation in what is now northern Peru. But unlike the sleek, fearsome crocodiles you might imagine lurking beneath the surface, Gnatosuchus looked completely off. Its skull was flat, broad, and oddly shovel-shaped, almost like someone had taken a regular crocodile's face and pressed it down with a rock. Its jaw was short and wide, and its teeth weren't the sharp, conical spikes we associate with crocodiles. Instead, they were round, swollen, and bulbous, the perfect tools for crushing, not tearing. Scientists believe this ancient reptile had a unique feeding style. Rather than ambushing fish or animals, Gnatosuchus literally dug for its food. It used its flattened snout to scoop up soft, riverbed mud, sucking in the sediment to find buried clams, snails, and small crustaceans hiding within. Then, with its powerful jaws, it would crush the shells to reach the soft flesh inside, a crocodile acting more like a muddy-bottomed anteater than a top predator. When its fossils were first uncovered, paleontologists were stunned. The skull's shape was so strange that some even thought it might be a mistake or a distorted specimen. But more fossils from Peru's Iquitos region proved it beyond doubt Gnatosuchus was real, and it was unlike anything alive today. It was part of a remarkable ecosystem filled with hyper-specialized crocodiles, each perfectly adapted to a very specific diet. But as the ancient Pebas wetlands drained and the Amazon River system took over, that ecosystem collapsed. And with it, unique creatures like Gnatosuchus were lost forever, victims of evolution's constant game of change. But not all of Amazon's ancient crocodiles were hunters. Some were surprisingly gentle. Say hello to Morasuchus atopus, a crocodile that looked like something out of a fever dream. Its skull was enormous, broad, and flat like a canoe, with dozens of tiny teeth lining its edges. But here's the strange part. It couldn't bite hard. Its jaw muscles were weak, and its teeth were too small to tear flesh. So how did it eat? Scientists think Morasuchus fed by scooping up mouthfuls of water and small animals, then straining out food much like a baleen whale does today. It may have gulped fish, insects, and crustaceans, filtering them through its bizarre, duck-like snout. Imagine seeing that. A 10-foot reptile gliding silently through the swamps, jaws open like a net, sifting life from the water. No modern crocodile does anything remotely like this. Morasuchus was an evolutionary experiment that worked until the wetlands changed. When the ancient lake system gave way to the flowing Amazon River, its unique feeding niche disappeared. And so it did. While Morasuchus may have been a gentle giant, its neighbor was a walking nightmare. Meet Purosaurus brasiliensis, one of the largest crocodilians to ever walk the earth. Fossils discovered in Brazil and Colombia suggest it could grow up to 12 meters long, that's nearly the length of a school bus, and weigh over 8 tons. With a bite force estimated at 7 tons, it could crush a turtle's shell like paper. In the Miocene Amazon, Purosaurus was the apex predator. It likely hunted giant turtles, mammals, and even other crocodiles. Nothing was safe when this behemoth lurked beneath the surface, but even the king of the swamp can fall. As the Amazon River system evolved, new waterways formed, old ones dried, and prey patterns shifted. Purosaurus, dependent on huge wetlands and abundant megafauna, couldn't adapt fast enough. Its extinction marked the end of an era when giant crocodiles ruled the Amazon. Yet even today, local legends in the region whisper about sightings of a megaconda or giant caiman that still lurks deep in remote swamps. Of course, science says it's impossible. But in the Amazon, a place where over 80% of species remain undocumented, who's to say for certain? Our last extinct creature isn't a reptile, it's a mammal. And it might just be the most surprising one of all. In 2024, scientists announced the discovery of a new species, Pebenista yacaruna, a giant freshwater dolphin that lived around 16 million years ago in the Peruvian Amazon. It grew up to 3.5 meters long, making it the largest river dolphin ever discovered in South America. But what makes it truly bizarre is its ancestry. Pebenista's closest living relatives today aren't in South America. They're in India, in the Ganges, and Indus rivers. That means these dolphins likely originated from ancient marine species that swam inland, adapting to fresh water as the region's geography changed. The name yacaruna comes from Amazonian mythology, meaning water people or spirit beings that live beneath the rivers. Local legends describe them as mysterious, shape-shifting entities who guard the secrets of the deep. And in a poetic way, Pebenista was one of them, a real-life spirit of the water, lost to time. It disappeared as the Pebas wetlands drained, its world transformed into the modern Amazon River system. Its extinction closes the story of an ancient aquatic world we're only now beginning to piece together. The extinct creatures of the Amazon remind us how fragile and temporary existence can be. Each one, from the shell-crushing caiman to the gentle Morasuchus, represents an evolutionary experiment that thrived for millions of years, only to vanish when the earth shifted beneath them.